Have you ever dreamed of traveling the world, but felt a little overwhelmed by things like language barriers, foreign money, or new technology? Travel today is full of amazing opportunities, but it can also feel complicated if you don't have the right tools. That's exactly why I created this channel. Welcome to Tools for Traveling Seniors. Here I'll show you simple, practical ways to make travel easier, whether it's translating a menu in seconds, managing your money in different currencies, or staying connected with family wherever you go. No confusing tech talk, just clear step-by-step tips you can actually use. So whether you're planning your first trip abroad or just want to travel smarter and with more confidence, you're in the right place. Subscribe and let's make your next journey the best one yet. Today's tool is Google Translate. Google Translate is a free app that can be downloaded from the Play Store or the App Store, depending on whether you are using an Android device or an Apple device. Today, I'm using an Android device, so if you're using an Apple device, you might notice some slight variations. Once Google Translate is installed and opened, you will arrive at this main page. The first thing you need to do is to select the languages you would like to translate. Google Translate has a multitude of options. To choose a language, click on one of the language boxes. Since English is already selected for the original language, I would click the box currently set to Spanish to change my option. The list of the available languages appears, and you just scroll through them until you find the one you're looking for. I will be choosing Spanish again for this example. Once you find the language you are looking for, go ahead and click on the download arrow to the right of the language. This will load the language onto your device. The reason for doing this is so Google Translate will continue to work even if you are not on a Wi-Fi network or you do not have access to the internet. This next pop-up needs you to verify that this is the language you want to download. Go ahead and click on Download. The download could take a minute, so make sure you wait until the checkmark appears. Once complete, click on the X at the top left to be returned to the main screen. At this point, click up by the Translate Text to translate something. This will bring up the on-screen keyboard. For this example, I typed in, "Could I have a coffee, please?" The Spanish translation appears just below. Please keep in mind that there may be slight variations to the translation, depending on the local dialect. However, you should be able to get by. One of the many nice features of Google Translate is that you can have your device speak the translation by clicking on the appropriate speaker icon. Additionally, by clicking on the other side, on the copy icons, you could copy the translation into another application such as a text document. To return to the main page, click the X at the top left corner. Many of us are not the best typers. Another Google Translate feature allows us to speak what we would like to translate instead of typing. This will only work if your device has a microphone, which most do. To do this, click on the microphone icon near the bottom. Google Translate is ready to listen to your voice once Speak Now appears. For this example, I will simply say, "Hello." Again, as you can see, both the speaker and the copy options are available, as well as additional information down below. To continue, simply click on the microphone again, or you can click on the arrow at the top left to return to the previous screen. The next Google Translate feature I'm going to show you comes in handy when you are out exploring or looking at a menu in a restaurant. The camera feature. Typically, when using this feature, you will need to translate with the originating language being the foreign one. To do this, simply click on the arrows between the language boxes. Next, click on the camera icon at the bottom of the screen. After clicking on the camera icon, your device's camera will activate and you are ready to hold the camera over what you need to translate, for example, a menu. In this example, I just chose a random book. Google Translate will do its magic and display what is in focus in your language. Again, click on the arrow at the top left to return to the main page. Don't forget to change the languages back before using the other features. Okay, if you're still here, you probably want to start using Google Translate and would like to install the app. First, you need to go where you download apps. In my case, I go to the Play Store. Apple users would go to the App Store. Once in, Find the search icon on the left of the screen and click on it. This will bring up the screen where you can type in Google Translate and then click on the search icon. You will probably see a few different versions. The one I have just shown you is by Google LLC. Find the one by Google LLC and click on it. Now you should see an install button. Click on it. Google Translate should begin to install, showing the progress along the way. Make sure it gets all the way to 100%. Google Translate has been successfully installed when you see the option to open. If you have found this video helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell, as I will be uploading videos with more travel tools as well as a couple additional features of Google Translate. Wishing you safe travels.